All right, so in all the problems below, we're supposed to use 360 days for a year. And if annual rates are requested, express as a percentage, correct to three decimal places unless directed otherwise, and round the dollar amounts to the nearest penny, basically. All right, so let's do this. So if 5,000 is loaned for 9 months at 6.2% annual rate, how much interest is earned? Okay, so well, this one we're looking for interest. Well, what was that formula? Interest equals PRT. So what we need to do is say I is equal to what? 5,000 times R, which is 0.062, times the time. And this is 9 months, so remember we have to take 9 over 12 for the part of a year. Okay. And then we just plug all that into our calculator. And so when we do that, now we can clear all that out. And so we had 5,000 times the 0.062 times the 9 divided by 12. And here it reduces it. We could divide it out and get the 3/4 or whatever, but we just do this and we get $232.50. So that's how much interest. So this is just $232.50 in interest earned. Okay, let's look at another one. All right, so here, a loan of 10,000 was repaid at the end of the 6 months. What amount, principal plus interest, was repaid if 6.5% annual rate of interest was charged? All right, well, we can do this one two ways. First way was we can first find out how much interest because they do ask for how much interest and principal. So interest is equal to what? P, which is 10,000, our principal, times how long? Well, it's 6 over 12 times our rate 0.065. Again, remember, always convert that to a decimal whenever you're doing these. Now we can multiply that together and that will give us our interest. Now, is there something else we can do? Well, we can figure out what the total repaid at the end was. We're going to take basically our principal plus, oops, not that, plus our interest is going to be what our total paid is going to be. And so we could take our 10,000 plus whatever that is. So that's going to be 10,000 plus whatever we get for interest. That's going to give us the total paid. And we've seen this before. What is another way to do that? Well, we can find A is equal to the P times 1 plus RT. Now, that means we can do several calculations. So A then is going to be 10,000 times 1 plus our rate, which was 0.065, times the t, which is basically a half. If you take 6 over 12, that's a half. And so we have, three calculations we can do here. So let's go back over here. And so our first one, let's clear that out. So we had 10,000 times our zero point 0.5, because 6 over 12 is 0.5, times 0.065. So we're going to have $325 of interest. And so if we add that to the 10,000, that's going to be 10,325. So that's going to be our A. But another way to see that is we're going to take 10,000 times 1 plus 0.065 times zero point 0.5 and 10,325. So all those kind of show you all these equations are interconnected. And so if you forget one, you can use a different one. So this one, we had $325 interest. So that means if we add 325 here, our total paid was 10,325. And when you do the calculation, we get that to 10,325. All right. So again, using all the equations we've used up to this point and just plugging them in, doing different ways of looking at the same problem. All right, let's stop there and come back for some more.